later on we might be. Oh, thank you, thank you. We might be able to come back to this later. But after the assist and to be steps, we have the information systems, which basically talks about just the internal and external reports, and they are pretty standard, right? We can just directly apply them to Jumbo NV. And then we have the enterprise structure, right? Enterprise structure. So what we agreed on were these items where our company is Jumbo NV. We have our company codes for the 9 countries. We have 4 market segments, which we've coded, right? Please let me know if you can see it clearly. If you can't,
I think we can always zoom on our own screen, yeah?
Okay, thank you for that. And then the associated T codes, we agreed on functional areas. I added one, which is logistics, because of the shipping that we are involved in. I'm not sure if it's necessary, but if it's not, we can take it out.
It is actually.
Okay.
Okay.
And then we have 3 credit control areas, right? So I also then created, even though it's a bit rough, you try, the arrows are not arrowing, but we get the idea. We get the idea. So if
this is your arrow, this is ones I want.
So where I came by this was from, if you remember the very first lecture that Pastor Abidemi took us through, he drew this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he mentioned we needed to also do that. But then I wanted to put this on the slides, but I noticed that it was too long for it.
But you could have created your own with different arrows. Because do you know why I think this is more appropriate? Why I think so is because it's actually our company. The one that was put on your slides are just general, and it doesn't show the flow of information across, right? So yeah,
this one is nice, but it's just that it's for a layman, more of a professional can understand this. But for somebody that is just a layman that does not know, it will be a little bit difficult to understand, But the connection makes it much easier. But it's nice. It's really nice. That's a great job that you did. It's a very great job, but it's just the arrows, like we were told, to show the connection. So you can easily explain.
Okay.
Okay. Someone left the call, but I hope it will still be recording, man. The VH.
Yes. Once it says recording, it's still recording, even if yes.
All right. So we've learned everything has to go back to application to our situation in the business requirement. So I literally even have the drawing in my notes. I don't know that we can see it. I don't think we can see it, but I have the drawing, and that's how I knew that this is how it should be connected. But please take a look at it. And if you have any comments, can you please share? Because now we will now draw it now because it requires a.
It's business event.
Yes. So the reason why this credit control area is here, I think it's because it's for
where I want to really start
report.
commenting.
Pardon? I didn't hear you, sir. So this is basically business area for Europe, business area for Africa, and business and functional area for Africa, and business and functional area for Middle East.
So this SA is where? Okay,
So Saudi
Saudi
Arabia,
Arabia, yes,
Middle
okay.
East.
Yeah, but so why is this credit control here?
Is used for, so what I learned then from Pastor Bidemi was that it's because it's for more like for management reporting, and not all businesses essentially need it, right? But in our own situation, we will need it because we are, asking, we have payment terms where we manage credits. The credit, how do I say it? Well, we might choose, we can say we don't want it, and we'll just
No. That's okay, but my point is where it is. So the connection is what I'm trying to. So can you explain this connection? What do you do? So if you can explain, that's just my concern. If you explain,
I
because
can't
we have
remember
the
the details, but that's how we drew the credit. That's how the organization structure of credit control area. And the only reason I remember as of the time is that it's because it's for management reporting use. That's why it's there. But we can ask for more details from him. I'm just trying to see if I have any further information.
If you have the concerning it. I'm just trying to remember which lecture, because
Lecture 5 on 23rd of January.
January.
That will be our first class in January.
23rd of January.
Yes, of January. Okay. Yes.
All right. Is it? No, that should be 21st of January.
Maybe I didn't write the date well, but I have 23 on my.
Because that's what I saw here, 21st.
No, it's 23. 23 is a Tuesday. We have classes on Tuesdays. 21 is Sunday.
Oh, yeah. Where he talked about R2R.
Okay. Hold on. No. Actually, credit control area is a mandatory organization element in SAP. And within credit control area, the credit limits for customers must be specified. So that's why we need it in same currency.
Right there.
And it enables to control the credit of customers centrally for activated company codes. Let's see. So it's used to control the credit limit for customers at the time of customer sale order creation. Yeah. So we can define how much,
Yes.
how far they can go. So we definitely need it because we have terms and conditions for credit as well.
For it, okay.
And they say it's mandatory, it's a mandatory element. So there's no reason why we should not even have it, whether we think so.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's okay. For me, it's just the linkage of it is what I was looking at. I was just looking at the linkage. How you connected
the diagram?
Yes, I was just looking at how you connected it. How you connected it to the. That's what I'm looking at.
Okay, so this is how, because we defined it, right? Also.
Okay.
So who will draw it for us? So there's a slide waiting. Who will draw the flow charts now? Or should I first put this temporarily there, and then someone will brush it up?
You mean this one? Yes, now just put it, then we can brush up.
We is we. I said we need a name.
We is every one of, when I say we is every, we are project
No,
manager.
it's tomorrow it's presentation.
Project manager.
We.
Project manager.
I don't we. Oh,
Farm
please.
manager, your assistant will brush it up.
We is we. We will try.
My goodness. My head.
Okay.
I go
That's-
beyond that too, please.
That's okay. It's okay. I will brush it up. That's not a problem.
God bless you, sir.
Okay, please, I'm going to send in. I actually took a picture. I will send it to WhatsApp. Please just quickly also see it. I have a slide of the copy of the lecture. It's right there. If you're able to see it, please just take a look. So that's basically how I was able to define that as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, Sister Olenka, you know what I'm saying? Now, if I'm explaining this, for example, if I'm explaining, if I need to explain this table that you are called to explain this. So I said, okay, you start from the name of our company. Actually, it's Jumbo MV, EMEA.
Yes.
And then you took the chart out. Is it possible the table?
Rachel, do you mind if I move this into the original slides as well? So that we don't have duplicates, like, since we are not here. Yeah, okay.
I don't mind, honestly. And the whole point is for us to like be able to work on it together. So it's okay.
All right. Okay. Do you remember that the client was on the last slide? Do we still want it at the front? Because I think we should actually introduce ourselves at the front in inception.
Yes.
Not after we finish. You're not saying, who are you?
Yes. Then we'll answer we're entirely envy.
Kind of like it's been in the last.
Okay. All right. So put in the just a moment. Should we put it in the introduction?
You mean the
I'm trying to put in the picture here. Then maybe when you have time, you can.
You want to put it in the introduction or what?
Yes, now, Abby, where should I put it? It should be in the enterprise structure anyway, sorry.
Yeah, that's
Okay, sir. Let me look for that. Let me see.
Maybe you open a new page.
Yes.
Yes, and leave this one.
Okay, let me duplicate it. You know what? Maybe I don't even need to open a new page. It's a presentation, right? So I'll just take out this because it covers everything here. The company, the company code, the business area, functional area, credit control. Do you understand, sir?
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So you will just basically put it into words. I'm sorry, who is presenting? Why am I even saying who? You are presenting.
That's why we're all presenting, though.
They're all presenting.
That's what they said, though.
Well,
it's better for all of us to be prepared before tomorrow, those things.
Okay. So are we satisfied with the business area, credit control area?
Okay.
Based on what we've seen. Have you seen the picture in WhatsApp, please?
Hmm?
Please take a look at your WhatsApp and just see the format. So there is not just me that I'm just saying it. I don't know. It has to be right. Correct.
Yeah. This was what you used, Abi.
Yes.
Ah, this was what you used.
Yes. So actually, now that I see the direction of the arrow, you see, it needs to
It's
go
going
the
down.
other way around, not to. So it's the controlling area that will be telling the company this is what is happening.
Yeah, but here you say the client, the company.
A client is the
Jumbo.
no, not the jumbo, the landscape. You know, those are the clients: development, environment, quality assurance, and then so it can be any of those clients.
So the
They are
company
client
is Jumbo.
sponsors. Yes, the company is Jumbo MVM. And then this is the Jumbo NLG, their company codes. Remember, you are referring to this file where we were working on, where we have defined them. So this is just the illustration of all the things we've defined. Is that okay?
In our Aziz and this.
We finished Aziz and we'll still go back to Aziz and to Bio. We've not done that yet. I'm just saying that how did we even come here? We sure came here somehow.
We're talking about.
Was explaining each of them. Okay, are we okay with this? Please just check and confirm.
Yes, but we just need to change the arrow.
Yes. So, hey, Pastor Viora will do that one.
Yeah, it's to edit it now, but it's editable, right?
Yes, you can come in here, just click it, and then pick the tools.
Okay, no problem.
And then save and close and take a screenshot and put back on this no, not this one, this one.
Okay.
So, right? Okay.
If it's possible to I wanted to say it's possible to create. Is it possible to create it on Word instead of Excel? Just because of the if you check, please can you go back to the image?
Yeah.
No, on the slides where you pasted this one on the slides.
Okay.
Yeah, it's showing like the Excel stuff.
Oh, to remove the grid lines.
Yeah.
Okay, I can take that out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, regardless, we still need to change the arrow since that's not so I'll leave the editing to you, sir, but we get the gist of.
Maybe you can shift the title up a little. The enterprise structure itself.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
You can now increase this one. It doesn't matter if you just
It still needs to be worked upon. That's why I'm not bothering to fine tune it because of this arrow, So you can fine tune it
Okay.
later.
You think the arrow is not okay?
Oi.
Let me just leave it as it is here. Okay, so just so that we go back to the beginning. So basically everything here, like I said, is what is in the Excel sheets, just named after the other. The introduction, are we fine with the introduction that we see in Rachel's? I think here we can see a bit of something about the legacy system as well. I can't hear anybody
No.
speaking.
Because you are saying you are talking. How do I say it now? Because you are correct. We are not opposing you.
People don't hype me, please.
Maybe tomorrow is Tuesday. God Almighty.
Because I'm correct. We are learning, please.
You want to add from the
Requirements.
yeah, okay.
Let me see. Oh, on to next. I mean, look at the introduction a bit later on. Let's see. It's located in yeah. Functions and
It's located in functions in Netherlands, Germany, Switzerland.
but they only have like 3 offices. So can we say it's located there?
No, they don't have only 3 offices though.
Those 3 physical, I think, was it like 3 something?
Those
They
are
have office in all the countries, but their warehouse is only 3. They only have 3 warehouses.
Okay.
because
Okay.
there is no way they will begin to operate there now. They must have definitely an office.
Okay. All right. So we are going to talk about the gaps. Gap analysis. How are we going to do this one now?
The reason why I didn't put this as is and to be is because I felt it was so long. Like it was
Yeah,
really
so we have to collapse it. We can't put everything there. Honestly,
Mhm.
I agree with you. We need to really reduce it, and or then again we don't have to put all the details, right? We
yeah,
can just pick the main point
point. Yeah.
and just say, oh, this was what existed, this is
Mhm.
what should
We
be. We don't have
intention.
to write every, so whoever is presenting it has to know their audience.
The good thing about presentation is once the slide is there, you can be presenting from this side now.
And check your other screen and talk about what is there. So it's really not hard. Scrum Master and Project Manager.
Yeah, yeah, but the thing is, is it not best that we add those things now, those point now, it will make it
Mhm.
so that we wouldn't come
Oh,
tomorrow.
we do. We
I
have to
think
add them.
that would be the
We
best.
definitely do.
It makes it easier.
Mm.
At least we agree so that by the time somebody, probably if anyone is presenting it and you say, you pick things and say, why did this person pick this point? We didn't agree on this point. So it's
Mm.
best we agree on.
It's important.
And just you don't have to do. You can just see what they are exactly. Ready to go. Francis and Chuku. Okay. I'll start with the main. So should we be deciding along the way as we are writing who is going to present what as well? So
Yeah.
we don't.
So we can all prepare actually.
What is that?
Goodness gracious.
Business processes the financial year. The lot.
Is there something there?
Sir, if I'm not mistaken, I think your wife was also taking the training at some point or not. Was it your wife or not?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Has she changed her mind?
exactly.
Hey, don't worry, you coach her.
This thing is not an easy, this thing, you know.
She gave up before starting. Why now?
It's
Anyway, if you are not ready, you can. Because even me, I wanted to join, like, was it 2, 3 years ago? I
yes.
couldn't. Journal. But I'm not sure why he's doing this.
Fine.
General ledger accounting voucher
Yes.
types. Can someone please just be calling it for me? Am I the only one that has it open?
Hold on.
Voucher types. Never mind. Bank accounting, payment. That will be the payment terms. Loan management budgeting system.
Taxes.
Okay.
And then the next point is tax on sales and purchases.
I don't think we need to write that since it covers that, right? Because since
Okay.
we talk about these two, right, under it, then
Mhm.
so that's what I did for some of the others as well.
Okay.
So we have exports.
Then sundry debtors, sundry creditors.
Okay. Was that all? Oh, okay.
Reminders, advances,
Mhm.
They said,
forms.
Yeah.
Asset management.
Okay. Asset management and okay, just asset management. Okay. Okay.
Then
Yeah, that was it. The
that's it.
question is under it.
Yeah.
Okay. What's going on? Okay, so here they are.
Okay. Yeah, it looks better this way.
There we go. Okay. So that's covered. Thankfully, we've done that. So we have the enterprise structure set. So the person will talk about everything in this tab, basically. The company. So you just basically go through the company codes we've agreed on, the business and functional areas, and the credit control area. All right. Then following that will be the global settings, which we have here next to it. We defined our fiscal year variance to be 12 years, 12 periods
months.
rather, from April to March. Sorry. Okay. So do we want to leave it this way? Then whoever is concerned will then explain it based on what we have here.
Yeah, but then if you are explaining, why not put a little bit of
Okay.
a little bit? So you just I understand what you mean. It's So we'll leave it this way and the person just
go through it, using this as a reference. This will not be presented.
Yes.
Since it's just a presentation, right?
Yes.
And this is our functional document, so to speak. We will still need to somewhere put in the screenshots, right, of whatever we create here in this file as well.
Well, that means if you're presenting this, you might just need to write them down and have them so that to guide you while you're talking.
Yeah, that's why we are saying that. I don't know if the rest of you are also using two screens, because for me, that might also be easy since I'm using two screens. So basically, you'll be looking at it well, it's better to actually read up before you present. So it's not as if you are just dictating, to them. And so you will say something like, we decided that, based on the business requirements, so you don't have to say fiscal variance consists of 12 years. Like, this one is ChatGPT.
No, but it's a good one. You're giving it mark already.
Okay, so that's the idea. All right, so should we leave it this way or should we put a bit more flesh to it?
I think like this is better.
Okay.
Posting key, document types.
Mm-hmm.
Document
Because
range,
if we start adding to it,
then
then
task
it
force,
makes it
sales and
clumsy.
purchase.
Or we'll have to create more slides. Okay.
Yeah.
So it depends on how, whoever is involved will prefer to have the presentation done. So,
Please, can you go back? Sorry.
okay, sure.
Okay. Hi. Okay.
What did you see?
No, I'm just trying to imagine myself doing it, and then I was trying to ask myself some questions they could ask. So that's that.
Okay, so you are the one presenting this. Thank you. Let me put you
Yeah, I
on
can
the
take
screen.
it. I'll take it.
Okay.
I'll take this part.
All right. Please don't forget the T codes as well when you're talking about them.
Okay.
Okay.
What did you just say?
The T codes while you're speaking as well. Every T code that's assigned that we use.
I think it's reconnecting.
It's on.
Okay. So it's just that I'm not sure that we've gotten here. Where did we stop the other time? We stopped in enterprise structure, I think. And then we defined a couple of things. I know that I have. Okay, start the next meeting here. So we stopped here. We've not defined everything actually in the global settings. So we stopped in posting keys. We still have 4 more items to go before we then move to GL accounting. So shall we start?
And we must present everything tomorrow.
I don't think it's everything.
We don't have to.
Because
you
mentioned that we can stop at like where they stopped.
Which is GL accounting. And we're still far from that. But to be honest, though, from what I saw, I think we are making progress, because a lot of them, from what I was able to, what I encountered was that they are standard things that are already available in SAP. You don't really need to reinvent the wheel in a lot of situations. You just need to be able to understand what it means and to use it in the right situation.
That is the main presentation.
Okay. So this is global settings. So we have to hold on a bit with so I've already put in the GL details there too, but the deal now is that we have not finished addressing them. So they are right there in the slides, it's just that we've not addressed them. So do we address them tonight, or do we want us to stop our global settings, go and sleep, and then tell them we'll come back with the presentation with GL and AP later on?
The GL, well, we might look at the GL a little bit and see. If it doesn't go, then we can leave it.
Okay.
If
So Pastor
we might
Vera, I'm going to
just,
assign you to the enterprise structure.
you said?
I'm going to assign you to the presentation of the enterprise structure.
Okay. This one, you did this election, the voting when my internet went off. Hey. The Funke, you're not saying
Pastor
anything.
Mrs. Funke, you will do the assistant to be. Thank you.
Hey, is that not the one that starts it? Is that not okay? Hey,
That one is
anyway,
even the easiest.
you
That
will
is the
guide me
easiest.
through before we go, so that I will just come do copy and paste tomorrow.
What will you do? Copy
In
out?
fact, you have to give us a very good mark because you are starting as a project manager.
That's what I'm saying. If I'm starting, that would be, that usually at 8, I'm still on the way.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
I don't
we
think
no,
it's immediately we are going to start though.
we're not starting immediately. Even if they say immediately, we'll tell them they should hold on.
Because that's what they told us. We'll present and then they will continue with the lecture.
No, we will not start immediately. We'll tell them to hold on.
He's just prepared to start with the presentation. It doesn't change anything. Once the lecture starts.
So what you will do now, if you want me to really do this to you, like they say in my place, you will do a presentation this night so that I will know what you expect from me tomorrow. That's why I say I
We've
will do
already
a
said
copy
what
and
we
paste.
expect now. The expectation is you have access to the Excel sheet, for example. So this is the gap analysis that we have done, the assistant to be. We have already defined everything there. So it's what is here that you just present. But don't present it like application, as is legacy applications. To be.
I will just read it to them. Read it to you. Don't let me go and fall your hand. Since you say I will be the one to that. I'm not ready for this. So
You'll be ready, please.
you can do this now.
You are ready, Jesus name.
Yes,
I am not. So
I want to do. I built the Excel sheet. I built it.
you think that to being our this thing it's not a child's play. Honestly, I'm not sure if I'm ready for this.
Do you know what I've done for the see now? Everything is there, the information, everything complete.
Okay, what we will do, maybe what we're going to do to make it easier, let's touch the GL and then we'll come back and then she do a little bit of our introduction. Let's see how it goes.
Well, we're not finished. Oh God.
I know we are tired. Let's target. Okay, go ahead.
We've not finished these global settings.
Yeah,
so we have these 4 items before we can go into GL.
Where did we stop in global setting?
We stopped here, so we have to start at document type keys.
Wow, because I saw it and I was wondering that we've not touched that.
Because this is where we decided to stop the last class.
Okay, maybe we should go into it already.
Yes, I'm sure we'll quickly finish it, honestly, because it should not be.
Yes, so that by 10 or so we should be done.
Okay, I'll say you said so, sir.
It's possible. Possible.
Yes, it's very possible. Okay.
So we can
Let's
present.
go. Okay, so let's go back to the, I don't have the blue. Okay, it's here. The blueprint, which is document key, right? I don't have anything. I'll just move quickly. What was that under? It was under global settings. I've moved a bit from all settings, page 17. Pages are not working. Okay. So you see it's not much. We'll soon be done. Document type keys. So these are documents. Document type. These are document types. So every transaction is recorded in a journal. Let me increase the font for the sake of those who can see it well. Every transaction is recorded in the journal at first, and separate journals are maintained for cash, sales day book, sales returns, and purchase day book, including purchase returns. Standard SAP document types are used to classify these transactions. That's each of these types of transactions, cash, sales day. And then document number intervals are maintained for each document type. From this number interval, the system picks and assigns a number to each transaction in SA. So what it's basically saying is if you have a GL transaction, you can choose the number, once you put in the first one, this is the number it will take. It will follow by 100,001. 100 until it gets to this range. And then if you exhaust it, you can always adjust it again in the system to accommodate another range. So your next range can be 200 and something to XXX, depending on what you want. So these are different types of transactions. GL, assets, reverse document, customer invoice, vendor invoice, supplier invoice, incoming payments, outgoing payments. They just have numbers. So whenever that transaction goes into the system, there will be basically a number assigned to it. So do we want to use this? These are the standard types in SAP. Do we also want to use the standard types in SAP, or we want to define ours?
You can just change the numbers a bit.
So what do you do?
Yeah, so maybe you can use from
one, say,
let's say maybe from 0. It's almost the same thing actually.
So these are, sorry, just so that I'm clear, we are clear. We have document type keys and document number ranges. These are the type keys, SAA, GR, and then these are the ranges on the right side. Yeah, okay. So we can combine them. Okay, so what are we saying? Are we going to?
We can use the same. We can use the same. What?
You mean
the same standard?
Yeah, I think we should just use the same, because even if you want to change, it still want to be similar, so we can just use the same thing.
But we can start from 5 if you want, or we'll just use the same thing too, because we don't have time.
No time.
No time. No time. So we can put 5 if we want instead of 1.
But if we use 5, what will we use for the rest? Do you get what I mean? Like if we use 5 here, what am I looking at now? 5 here. We use 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do you get what I mean? We need to change the arrangement.
Just leave it.
Okay. So what I'm just putting here is that Jumbo NVMe will use the standard SAP document types.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just take a screenshot of that and put it next to this so that, and then for the number range, we will also use the SAP standard number ranges. Do we agree to that?
No,
Yes.
Okay, so I will put the T codes next to them. The document type T code is
Okay.
OB-A7. And then for the number range is FBN1. Honestly, all these T codes, I always wonder, will we cram them or what? For
It's a lot, It's a lot.
Yes.
abuse.
It's a lot. Sometimes it's confusing,
Because it doesn't have any logic to it sometimes.
At all, nothing. You
It's
just
just copy. No, no.
the thing is, you just there are some I snapped with my phone. I just saw it on internet. I snapped. So sometimes to cram them, it's really
It's a
if
lot.
one have it.
Okay. So you're saying here we should maintain the tax codes for sales and purchases. So there will be different types of tax codes. Tax codes are not here. We are going into GL already. But I think we will still go into maintain tax codes for sales and purchases. Won't that be under taxes? Please just give me a moment. Not quite. Not sure what he expects us to do here.
Okay.
Okay, these are the tax codes. So it's under taxation, actually. I think I'm just going to put this in red. For now, we may not need to present this too.
It's too. Okay.
I'll just take it out for now. Okay, so that's that for global settings, if that's all right. And we can move in quickly into the GL accounting. Okay. So chart of accounts. The chart of accounts group. Okay, GL. I'll move into GL. Where is it? Here. So we have to address the chart of accounts group. Need to go back to. Okay. So it says the chart of accounts, yes, consists of the list of GL accounts It defines the language, the length of the GL accounts, and it helps integration with controlling. So how will we apply? We will apply, do we want to use the standard SAP? Does anyone have SAP open, please?
I see.
Just to use the code and see how it works then. Do I understand the concept of chart of accounts, but just want to see how it works in SAP. Let me try to log on. But do we all understand what the chart of accounts is?
Of course. Right.
Okay. It tells us, can we see my SAP?
No.
No? Ah, sharing is interesting. Let me just quickly try to share that. And I'll go back to okay. It says that the chart of accounts T code is OB13. Okay. So we have different types of chart of accounts. We can also create our own with new entries. And I think there's a standard.
It's up. You just passed it. Up. Oh, yes, standard chart of account.
No, this one is for TK.
Oh, okay.
It's not the SAP one, yeah. So this should be more 8, or maybe someone created this, I'm not sure. But there should be the SAP standard chart of accounts. Like this is my own. I was doing my own project on, on it. Right, so you can use the standard chart of accounts in the system. I think different people have created their own standard chart of accounts, to be honest, but I think in the actual SAP chart, SAP environment, that's not a test one. You would see one should be able to find the standard one there.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So are we agreeing that we will use the standard one? Or do we want to create our own, because it's also possible? But it's a long process.
You can just use the standard one, actually.
Yeah, okay.
We'll use it. Yes.
Soviera is tired. We use the standard one.
Use it. Use it.
Let's use that. See, the point is that we don't have much time. Our hands down. So when we are done with this, then we can
They
go
won't
back.
say we are lazy, Sha.
We are not. Hey.
But they always mention too that we can use the same or change though.
You can use it. That's why the SAP is there. That's why the format is there already.
And I wanted to ask, when we start implementing, it's not something we can always change to use a different one, like to do our own.
Yeah, definitely.
We can, but for the sake of presentation of tomorrow. Chart of account is a structure containing the GL account used by one and by company.
Okay, so we can just always tell them, okay, see, this is what we intend to present, and then we will flesh it up with our functional document, because we will then show that, oh, this is how we have created it to be connected, for example, to our company code. We'll take the screenshot, put it in there, things like that.
I think the last time they did it with a chat or something. I don't know if I'm trying to look for it. I'm fine.
Okay, chart of accounts, then assign the chart of accounts to wait, hold on, chart of accounts. This is actually a bit different. Chart of accounts, chart of accounts. Assign company codes to chart of accounts. Okay, so we need to put in, and then you please always mention, okay, so maybe I'll present this part. Okay. So we assign the company codes to the chart of accounts. Since if company codes to our chart of accounts or chart of accounts to company code, should be chart of accounts to company code. And we define the chart of account groups, which are the asset, liabilities, income, expenditure. Sometimes we retain the earnings account. But these four major groups we use. Let me just try to. Retained earnings. Just on this ledger for general ledger. Okay, retained earnings. So basically is another set of accounts. Unretained earnings is created with GL account. This what does this even mean?
That's use.
Think about this. Pastor Funke, are you with us?
But so so like I don't know whether this makes sense because I'm just reading something I don't know. I read up something. The chart of account it has 3 different functions, like you know.
Yes, sir.
Operating chart of account. The operating chart of account contain the general ledger account that you use for a daily posting in your company code. Financial accounting and controlling both use this. You need to assign an operating chart of account to a company. Okay. Then yes. Then the second, it has 3 structure. Then the group chart of accounts. The group chart of accounts contain the GL general ledger account that are used by the entire corporation.
Yes.
You know, this
Um,
enable group reporting.
So,
Then
so I have the notes too, and
you have the
assignment of
notes.
company code
Mhm.
is just my personal stuff, is optional. So there's operating chart of accounts, group chart of accounts, and country
Mhm.
specific. But for group
Yes.
chart of accounts and country specific, assignments to company code is optional. But I think that for the
Mhm.
sake of this jumbo EMEA, since we have
Mm.
company codes, we should be using an operating chart of accounts.
Yeah,
If
because we
we
are dealing with why do we use this? Because we're
we
dealing
use
with
it
people.
daily active for daily activities,
Yeah.
right? Yes.
Mm.
So that's the purpose of an operating chart of accounts. And it says that FICO uses the operating chart of accounts.
Mm. Okay, I think because that's okay. Yeah. Okay.
I mentioned that as well. Okay. When it's talking about retained earnings, I don't really understand this statement, but I'll find out more. Retained earnings. Then we have the part of someone says ledger for GL account.
It's
So I
your
think
SAP
this is,
screen we are still seeing.
which screen is that?
SAP screen.
Ah, sorry. Let me share my screen back again. Okay. Are we back to the regular screen?
Yep.
Okay. So we've settled the chart of accounts there to be standard. So the next one is retained earnings. So it says one retained, I think just applied to this company, this blueprint. It says one retained earnings account is created with GL 111. And if we notice here, we see that there's no 11 here, so it must be somewhere between these two where the retained earnings is. And they said in the P&L statement as well. So it must be somewhere in the income expense side. So maybe it's 5 something. Any comments?
No, but but wait. I'm just trying to understand.
Oh, no.
Reserve and surplus. Yeah. But okay. Okay, let's go on.
All right.
That's the T code.
Yes. I still need to understand it properly. Okay, I'll put it there. And we have the GL master records. Yeah, and then moving to one. But that's interesting because it doesn't talk about the rest here. The field status variant, for example.
And
Anyway,
they want month-end closing.
yeah. Okay, maybe to address it somewhere else. I'm sure it will address it somewhere else. But anyway, the GL master record is maintained for each GL account. Each GL master record is recognized by a number and text. GL master record consists of two segments, chart of account segments and company code segments. This is interesting because this one has 3 T codes.
Mhm.
Hey, I don't understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
I don't
Master record
understand.
consists of two segments, charts of account segments, and the company code segments. The master record consists of two segments, charts of accounts segments, account segments, and the company code
I'm going to
segments.
try the FS00. That's interesting because I'm trying okay. The FS00
Mm.
is saying that we should edit the GL account. So basically you edit the GL account type.
Mm.
It's just a master data of the GL records in the database with the description, the account type, the account group, the banks that are linked to it, the company code. So how you just make adjustments in the database,
Mm.
to speak. And then OBY7.
Mm.
Oh, I think I need to share this. You need to look at it together, please. Okay. So this is what OBY7 gives me.
Acts in chats.
This is FI. This is CO, HR, sales and development. So I think this is what concerns us. FI and CO. Right?
For FI, yeah, that's FICO.
Yes, be cool. And then maybe we take financial statements because we're also reporting.
Mhm.
And then and then we then assign, I think he's asking us to assign to the chart of accounts. So if we took a chart of accounts, oh, so we assign GLs to a company, to a chart of accounts. Is that what he's telling us?
But no,
I
but
think
yeah,
we'll
he
take
said
question tomorrow, actually.
yes, because he said it contains two segments of. Is that not what he said? So is it not?
Yeah.
It contains two
Okay,
different
yes,
accounts.
this is the chart of accounts part. The OBY7 is the chart of accounts type from what I'm looking at. And then the OBY2. Okay. Okay, it's making sense.
Content two different accounts.
It's not letting me go out of this screen. Oh, it's locking me in. He's saying I must fill it out. Okay, I can exit.
Oh my God.
Do.
Exit.
So OBY2, maybe that's the company code. Yes, we are right. So basically you change the date GL master record with FS00. You do the chart of account segment of the GL master record with OBY7 and the company code segment with OBY2. Is that clear?
Can you do
Yes.
that?
Can you?
What did you say, please?
If you can reverse, as in this, go through it again, please.
Okay. So he's saying that GL master record is maintained for each and every GL account, right? Each GL master record is recognized by a number and a text, right? And it consists of two segments. Number one segment in the GL master record is the chart of account segment. Number two segment is the company code segment. So it gave us under the GL master records as a whole 3 T codes. The first T code is FS00, and that one is with regards to adjusting the GL master records in SAP. So I'm putting that in, if you can see it. And so it's about editing the GL account. So we can pick the GL account, whatever has been, or maybe make a new one. I'm not sure if we can make a new one, but we can search for GL accounts. There are GL accounts already in. And GL accounts are just all the accounts by our transaction, basically, from the account groups that we have seen, you know, from the start. So say we chose one, we can put in enter a company code. I'm not sure. Okay, we can search for a company code as well. Say we choose the very first one. We can choose I think this is probably a balance sheet account, I'm not sure. But from whatever the client gives us also, we will be able to see what belongs to what. But here is a test environment, so everything is a bit funny sometimes. We can choose our currency, basically just editing whatever has been set up as the GL before. I think that's what it means, but we can ask for more explanation tomorrow as well.
Fit your own.
Pardon?
I said to fit your own requirement and what you.
Yes, exactly. So this is just about maintaining the GL records. Do we get that?
Yes.
Think differently. Yeah. Okay. So that was FS00. Right. Now we'll go to OBY7. Which is where we came to. We are looking at the areas that apply to us right now. Which ones do we, this is actually accounts or chart of accounts. Then I think we need to ask for explanation tomorrow, to be honest, because it's not something that I think he has gone into details about. It's a bit, we can ask for explanation because even for me, it's not totally clear. Yeah, it doesn't really make too much sense to me, to be honest. But I just know that this OBY7 is for the chart of account segment under GL, and then the OBY2 is for the company code segment. I need a bit more breakdown. So company code GL accounts. whether it's assignment or I don't really understand. Except there's a guru that can explain.
But can you open the page again so we'll put?
Yes. Gladly. Oh, let me see. I just want to be sure I'm sharing the right screen. Okay. Can you see it, please?
Yes. Yeah. I'm just reading through again. Just
Yeah.
because like I said, because what I'm seeing here, it says the master record consists of two segments: the chart of account segments and the company code segments. So if you take it from the beginning, say the master record is maintained for each general ledger account.
Yes.
Each general ledger master record is recognized by a number and text. These are recognized by number. Each of these general ledger, they are recognized by a number, either by a number
text, which makes sense because, for example, if you have maybe expenses and maybe rent, right? Rent is the text part of the GL account. Then the code, the GL code is the number. And that's what we're editing with this FS00. If you need to maybe change the number, for example, you can edit it in the master data. But it's not everybody that can have access to that edit rights, right? Someone will be assigned that level of authority in the system. That's basically what it's saying. So what I was trying to say was that because we're in a test environment, we might not really understand where to go. But basically, if we click things, we should be able to, when we start setting up our own, we choose a particular standard chart of accounts, then we can test run that. But now we are just, just trying to see what works. But it should make more sense when we are creating our functional documents.
Well, for me, with the last statement, I understand. Like you just said, I understood what you said. Just that the master record consists, in that master record that we're talking about, it consists of just two, where you will talk about the chart of the account segment of it, and then you talk about the company code segment of it. And like you just said, that
makes sense to me now that I'm thinking about it actually.
So the FSOO is for, like you said, for the correction, and you need to edit, and then OBY7.
The chart of account segment. So you know that the chart of accounts is made up of GL accounts, like we said earlier. It's made up of a set of GL accounts. So basically, I think that's the part where you can then say, oh, maybe this particular GL account should not belong to this chart of accounts, and then you connect it with another chart of accounts. Understand? And it applies to company code as well. You may not want a particular GL account under a certain company code. You might define it's just the basis, it's just definition of what needs to be where based on the business requirements. Once we can always go back to the business requirements, I think we'll be okay, honestly. You don't need to go and be looking for what is lost. We just stay within the business requirements.
Okay, let's.
I don't like this look.
I am lost, me. Since you said that I'm going to present that thing now, my mind is not here again. I am everywhere.
But Oh, you have to know it.
I'm just being
but
factual and sincere to you guys.
money must not
Okay.
burn.
Mm. By now I will get there.
Yes, you will. You will. As well. Or should we make you Scrum Master? Let me rest.
Not today. Hmm.
Scrum Master,
Make me
the Scrum
observing
Master
master.
it's not easier.
Hmm.
Easy job.
We have the right team leaders, both Scrum and the assistants. God bless your spirit and body.
Sister Rachel, you are not talking. I know you're at work, but say something.
She's the owner of the project.
She's not saying anything to us.
Oh my goodness.
Whether we are handling your project well or not.
Oh, we are getting there. I mean, the things you explained, some of it I understood, and to be honest, some I didn't.
Yeah, but you should have said where so that we are all on the same frequency.
No, the part I didn't understand was where you went to the SAP and you were trying to figure it out yourself and you said you didn't get it.
Oh, okay. With the T codes for this GL master record.
Yes.
Oh, so what I was more saying was that, okay, there are a lot of fields there, right?
Yeah.
And I think that we need to, well, from what I was trying to click, I need to understand from the lecturers more what to actually do with them more clearly.
Okay.
So fine, we can get there with the T codes, but what are we supposed to be doing there? Do we just press anything and so that was where it was not too clear to me, but I can always go back into it again and just try to settle to think. But I think it's also tiredness. There is no helping.
Yeah, we're all tired.
Yeah. Because I should be able to figure it out. I'm just really tired.
Okay, do we continue or we pause here?
Look, let's pause here. I don't think we're effective anymore. We still have a bit of time. We're making, I see what we've done now. We should even pat ourselves on the back. Now what week? This is week 2 or what? So we have our document. Our document is ready, more or less. We just need to be able to explain it a bit more. So we'll get there. We'll get there. Pastor Vera, you're okay with explaining the enterprise structure, right?
Yes, it's okay.
So maybe I think we should just hold on with the GL account. Since we're not going to farm, we can stop with the global settings. And so what will happen is I can introduce the project, and then we proceed till we get to the part where Rachel will present in the global settings. Is that fine?
Wait.
That's okay.
No. So we start with
So you are bailing me out.
No, you're still presenting. Presenting. You're presenting.
I was going to throw you a kiss now. I'm withdrawing my kiss.
The only condition with which I can bail yours is if you become Scrum Master.
Hey, and do what you are doing.
I accept for this night now. We are
okay.
Done.
Thank you, Jare Pastor Viola. You really know how to go about that. Okay, for the purpose of this night, I accept. You can't say that now. Don't spoil this project too. Hey, me that if I tell you what happened to me now this evening, you just say I should off my video and leave this platform. You know when you were saying you have access to the Excel sheet, I was looking at you. I didn't know that you were sending it to the mail. I was saying, I sent you a private message now, Sayinka. That day you said I should add the introduction to something.
Mail, okay, where?
I mean, WhatsApp message. That they were supposed to send the introduction.
Yes, no.
Now it's this night now that I just figured out where the Excel is. You want me to open it? Here it's being recorded. I'm opening it to everybody now.
He told me
I
that
told
he
you
put
I didn't even know where I was going to go and put the
he
introduction.
told me that the introduction was on Trello.
So I didn't know. I just sent it to her on WhatsApp. She's the one that put it there. The Excel sheet now is this night as we are talking. Now that I went to my mail, I didn't want to ask you people. This Excel sheet that you are sharing, where like Jonathan's wife, this Excel sheet you are sharing, where is it? And I went to look for your email. I said, okay.
But it's
So let us
part
try
of
this.
it now, because even me, I've not used Google Drive extensively like this. But basically, it's actually the same as the other tools. I don't know if you use PowerPoint, Word, you know.
I use
Just
PowerPoint very well, Words very well. All of this is under Microsoft, I know, but I don't use the Google document. I mean,
But
yeah.
it's the same principle that is the foundation. It's just a bit more fluid, or how do I call it? But when once you get the hang of it, and it's good to also, you know, it's something new that I'm also learning. I have to get the hang of it and understand, okay, what, because I honestly don't really like it because it's a bit more complex to, you know, look for things. But once you get the hang
Yeah.
of it, you will flow. And it's part of our being agile, right? Learning how to be agile and, you know, adapt to the tools that the company provides you with as the able consultant that you are. So, so yeah, that really helps. By the way, we have a to-do on Trello. I've not done my own. We are supposed to put our profile on LinkedIn. Man, I don't know what to put to.
I put SAP in training.
Okay.
Sorry, have you put your own?
Yes.
I send your LinkedIn this thing. Let me go and copy and paste. We should even share our LinkedIn among ourselves. So.
My name is, it's just my name.
It's just your name. Okay, I think mine too. When last did I even go to the LinkedIn this thing? It is well.
I have not anyway. Yeah, it's so I need to
updated my own recently. My recent role is saying that I finished it sometime maybe 2 years ago, so I'm not working on that stuff. I don't have the strength to update.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so that's it. So we have to update it to no stories, please.
So now, so you are starting and you are ending where?
Me? Yes. I'll start and end at introduction, because I think that we all, the rest of the team, needs to pull some weight in introducing these parts, and then when we move on, when Rachel ends here, in the next presentation we will look at GL account. I can start that, and then, you know, we continue that way. But
so, so what can we see what is in the introductory part?
I will so it will be basically what us as the team, the content of what we intend to implement, the introduction of the company. I'll work a bit more on this part actually. I think something can be done to read a bit more. Yeah, so basically that I will introduce my able consultants who are the experts in the various areas. and and then they will tell us much more about what we intend to
Why
run
we
down.
you know why we allow you? Why we allow is that you've taken the effort of writing and writing. So that's why I do. So that's why we are.
Building and writing and structuring. So
That's a very good one. Yes, it's okay. So can you briefly do the introduction? Let's see, or we will leave it.
don't worry, I'll introduce. Don't worry,
Okay.
because that's
So
the main crux. Okay. Pastor Bera, will you be able to? But I'm tired.
to edit this, right?
Yes,
I would try to do it
and
this
have
night.
something like colorful, like Rachel made, if that's possible.
Yes, to add colors on all this, the box.
Yes,
Mhm.
and make the arrows not like a bow leg.
Yes, to be straight.
Sure.
Okay, I will make sure I do, because definitely I have to do it this night, or else it will be difficult to be done tomorrow. So I would try to do it this night once we are done with our meeting.
Okay, that would be great.
So
So
what's the conclusion?
that you will also do the Aziz and to be, you will read it up and
Okay.
you have to do
Now,
something.
so you are saying insisting I will do this as this and to be.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
just present, Ma. Let's hear you out.
Let's hear you. Okay, try.
Just anyhow,
Look at
anyhow.
Okay, so where am I supposed to be? Which one am I presenting as this to be and to be?
The one on the
The one
screen.
you are
What's on
sharing,
the
right?
screen? Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Are we going to use this what
Yes.
is it called?
Yes.
This PowerPoint.
Yes, ma'am. That's what we are doing.
Hey, so you have introduced us, Abby.
Yes, ma'am.
Am I supposed to have that this thing that we worked on opened
Yes.
somewhere?
Yes. It's on the Excel sheet. Please try and know how to open it. It's part
Have
of
you-
the
Hey, Jesus. Olua,
Best
Olua.
thing you can do, you can also just open it on your
No,
tab.
I think I have it opened.
Yes, I see you there.
Well, then I'll call you back. I'm in a class. I'll call you back.
Aziz,
See you in.
I think I have it opened. To open it is not the problem. Maybe, let me see. So where am I going to start now?
From the beginning, ma. The type of
Oh, yeah,
application
yeah.
is not hard to see it now. We
Give me a
have
hint,
to.
please. I'm serious. I'm not joking.
What's that?
If you are the one that is going to pretend, give me a hint how to start and what to say. I'm not joking.
Oh, okay. So basically, this is, you don't need to, should I say, stress too much about it. You already have the topics, for example.
Just
Yeah.
do like you are presenting.
Man, but you.
No, don't worry. I'm serious. Just give me a
Okay.
cue.
All right. So, okay. So you could say, for should I say, for the sake of this implementation, SAP 4HANA implementation, we would like to assess what the current status is and what we intend to build on or improve in the SAP 4HANA application. So at the moment, we have the legacy application, which is SAP ECC, and because we know that in a few years it will be retired and we need a new system to be implemented, we have decided that SAP 4HANA, SFS 4HANA will be the best suited for your business in Jumbo EMEA. And what we plan to face the rollout of the implementation across our entities. And we have decided that in the first phase, we will deal with EMEA. And EMEA consists currently for us of 9 countries. And then you state the countries: Netherlands, which are Germany, Netherlands, etc. We will address for now the business processes with regards to accounts and customer creation, the order process, and material process. We will also currently, our financial year runs from January to December, but to suit the business needs of Jumbo Emir, we have also we will use the financial periods. We'll report within a financial period of 12 months, which will run from April through to March. And we have also decided that we will have 2 special periods that will be used for year-end closing, right? And the book of accounts will be maintained, for 12 months, April to March, as I've explained above. In terms of the currencies that will be used for each of the entities, we have decided that as against the current situation where euros is assigned to all the European entities, and all other entities apart from Europe are using the US dollars as their reporting currency. Instead, we will be using euros in Europe, and then for Middle East and Africa, we will be using US dollars. Okay, so moving on, the accounting structure we have decided upon is to retain what we currently use in SAP ECC, whereby all the daily transactions will be recorded in the journals. And for our GL accounting, we have decided to also retain the standard structure in the SAP system with regards to GL accounting, which covers the 4 account groups, namely the liabilities, assets, income, and expenditure, right? And the voucher types we have decided on is also will also be maintained as is currently in the SAP ECC, because it fits into the business needs of Jumbo NV EMEA. We will set up different bank accounts, which will look a bit different from what currently exists at the moment. You could say at the moment we have 1 bank account for each entity, but we have decided that for the sake of bank reconciliation, we will have 2 separate sub-bank accounts per, we will have 3 sub-accounts per bank account we maintain in each country. So one of the bank accounts will be used for business to business, the other for business to customer, and the other the last one will be used for salaries and advances. And we will also ensure to maintain cash journals for our cash books that will be used with reconciling our bank statements. The payment terms we have determined for our creditors and debtors are a bit different from what we have at the moment. As compared to 45 days for B2B customers, we will now implement 60 days. So that's and then for our debtor, in terms of the sundry debtors, we have determined that there would now be an immediate payment schedule for business to customer, B2C customers. And then for our B2B customers, we will, instead of 30 days, they will now, going forward in the new system, be instructed to pay 40% cash at the time of their order, and then thereafter can choose to pay up the balance within 30 days. And in the case that they do not fulfill this, they will pay an extra interest of 26%. Right? Okay. So so that's basically how you just go on. Everything is already here. Did you see it as I was, speaking?
Is that?
I said, did you see what I was talking about as I was speaking?
Of course.
Eh-heh.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so that's
Okay.
yeah.
Till the end of it, till
Yes, yes.
and
Till
we have till I
number
mean
19. Till the asset,
wow.
and this asset management is very crucial because there's even a diagram in the business requirement that is about assets. So we need to actually talk about assets, whether we like it or not. You see here, it talks about
But we
facilities
have
and
not
assets.
gotten there now.
But I'm just saying that is the fact that it's part of assist and to be is crucial. So that's why I'm saying that we also need to talk about it. So whatever is not clear, while you maybe do another read of it, maybe you can check with me or something, and then we can see how that can be presented. But I think it's worth putting in the effort to know how to get, because once you present it, I don't think you'll ever forget the things you said, and then it sticks a bit more.
Very good. Very, very good.
Excellent. So I would say but we didn't finish up until 19.
No, I didn't, because you get the idea. I've already gone
No, what I mean
halfway.
is what I mean is even our what we do, we rounded up to 19th.
You mean on the is here?
This
Everything is here. This is number
That's what I'm
19.
saying.
asset
Assets.
management.
This is number 19, asset management.
That's
So
what I'm
you,
saying. Did we reach that place in our
in the Excel
I
sheet?
didn't
No, you mean in the presentation I was giving just now?
No. When we were, we did all of this now. We did all this to be an
Oh yes, we did it. This is it, ma.
okay. The one I'm looking at here, let me see.
God,
Let me
this
compare
is
it
where
here.
we stop now. Depreciation policy. Remember, we thought that was
Depreciation points.
Okay.
So asset depreciation policy and asset accounting is under asset management.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. It's a long presentation then.
Or you
You
can
did
do it,
it.
ma. I believe in you.
I see you doing it, ma.
I hear you. I was
I'm
enjoying it.
serious.
Yeah.
Like, I can just imagine you doing it with them.
Huh?
I can already imagine you doing it well.
Yes, no.
This my team people. You can pull somebody's legs.
I'm serious, minus joke, man. It's
Ah.
honestly speaking.
If you can't do it, we won't even have assigned it to you. We know you can.
I hear you. Hey, if you want me to preach now, I won't ask you for presentation. But this one, do
But
you
it's
know? You want me
preaching
to
now.
tell
You're
you?
preaching the gospel of gap
You want me to
analysis.
tell you how many years I did anything that has to do with school like this before? I mean, last that should be 19. Anyway, God will help me.
Man, this is actually a good practice too.
Mm.
Okay, so
Yeah.
okay, let me now ask this question. Because where you stopped, that's why I was asking that didn't we do the rest? You stopped at number 9 or something, number 8. And I could see that yes, the ECC, is it the SAP ECC? We have what operates. But for the rest of this, we didn't write anything that operates, so that I will now say, but now this is what we intend to do.
And that's
You
why
understand
you will notice that some of them I mentioned that we will maintain the same thing.
Okay, so as it is, as is the
As
same
it
as
is,
what we.
that's to be, yes,
To
yes.
be.
That's what we determine. So even for this one, is the same. We said it's just that I didn't put it there, but we found some blanks, and we just said, okay, for the sake of our own business, we would apply it to B as well. So if it does help, I would just, basically put them
Yes.
for you so that
So I'll
you
just say, so for practically for the rest, I will just say we'll maintain what operates now or something. Yeah, because that's what it looks like. Okay, so the last question, if it is that I want to ask, when I'm presenting now, what am I sharing? This Excel sheet or the
no, just
PowerPoint?
the PowerPoint. That's
But
all.
me, I'll
So
read
I
me out because I'll just stay on this page.
Yes.
Then I will now, or if you are the one sharing, you just stay on this page. I will
No, maybe I would
now,
have liked for us to also include the T codes that belong to this. If there no, there's no need for T codes, it's just as is and to be. T codes will
yes, so
apply
please.
later on.
So if you stay on this page, me, I will just stay on my Excel and be using the Excel to explain what I'm explaining.
If yeah, that's also possible.
Yeah, because that's what you were practically doing, and that was why I was
Yeah. So I
understanding
was
it.
saying that it's either you have two screens and then you're looking at one and able to, or you'll be presenting this to the facilitators, or maybe I will present it and then you'll be looking at your Excel sheet from your screen and
Yes,
but just make sure
yes.
that you're following,
I
through.
think that's better. Because it's one after the other. We'll just
Yeah.
follow it the way it is.
Yes. So from left to right, basically. When you finish this list, then you move on
It's
to
not from left to right, so
it's from left to right, man.
I mean, the left is,
Is here.
yeah, when I finish, then I'll go to like 2 pages, 2 columns.
And then you go here.
Yes, when you say from left to right, it's as if you are saying application,
Oh,
then
no,
payment terms.
not
Yeah,
at all, man.
yeah,
Not
that's
at
what I
all.
mean.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me see.
Okay, so Pastor Obiora, please give us a dry run.
to give a drive out, let me, don't worry
Dry
about
run,
me.
no.
Don't worry about me. I will do that. I will read up on it and then.
No, I mean now.
Yeah.
Let's hear it. Just
You want
give
to
us
hear?
an impromptu session.
Please don't hear me out, so that I will have the time to be able to work
You
on
people
it.
should not disgrace me. Oh, yeah.
No. Don't worry about me. What I'm saying is that I need the time to be able to edit this work and do, or else I might be running late because I actually have another meeting. They've been calling on me. So let me
Today?
be able to, this night.
I see. Okay.
So let me be able to edit this and then go through it, because what we are presenting is exactly this. I have the enterprise structure, which basically our name, the name of the company, which we
Yes.
started,
Okay.
Jumbo MV,
Yes. You can always find this Excel sheet on the drive, Timigos project.
Yes,
So
I
please
have
just
it.
yeah.
I have it. I
Yeah.
have it. So basically that's it. The company code assigned. Wait,
Yes.
go back. So the company, which company are we actually dealing with? The name of our company, basically, considering considering the enterprise structure. Enterprise structure, basically, it's a very important aspect and part of our project. And a very clear understanding of enterprise structure will help portray our points in this project. Basically, the name of our company, it's building from what my colleagues have just explained, the company name.
Okay.
Yes, I'm building from where she stopped, Jumbo MV. Jumbo MV
Okay.
has 9
Hopefully, I
company
stop on a
codes.
good note.
Yes,
You will.
Jumbo MV has 9 company codes, basically. If you look from our structure, you'll find out that with the structure, Jumbo MV, and what are these 9 companies that we have? These 9 companies are located in 9 countries. And the 9 countries we have,
It's one company, but in 9 locations, sir.
in 9 locations, okay. So one company in 9 locations, okay, fine. Then we have Jumbo Netherlands, Jumbo NL, and then we have Jumbo Germany, which is DE. We have Jumbo SW Sweden, and then we have Jumbo France, FR, Jumbo ZA South Africa, Jumbo NG Nigeria, Jumbo GH Ghana, Jumbo IL, which is Israel, and Jumbo SA, which is
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia. And classifying these we have the Netherlands, the Germany, and Sweden and France. These are the major 4 countries where we'll be running business to business, B2B. And then coming to South Africa, Nigeria, and Ghana, and the rest of them will be running B2C. And if you follow from the slide running through down, then we have the business areas we'll be covering in Europe, which is Sister Olayinka, wait. Can you widen this in a little bit? Wait.
Okay. It's a flow chart.
Okay, voila. And then, yeah, it's better. So then if you follow the chart and we run through the charts, we'll find out that the Europe is represented, we abbreviated it with JBEU. And the J represents Jumbo. And the business area, Europe. Then we have the Middle East, which is represented in abbreviation JBEM. The J represents Jumbo, B represents business area, and EMEA. And we have Africa, which is represented by JBAF. And then we have the exports, which is represented with JBEX. Basically, if we go back to the charts and begin to look at the chart as a business rule, we have the business area, which we just talked about, the business areas that has the combination of for Europe. And then we have the functional area for Europe. And moving to Africa, we have the business area for Africa, which is JBAF, JBES.
And then that will be it for us.
And then we have the functional area, which has to deal with JBPR and JBAD, JBSA, JBRD, JBLO. Yeah, moving to Asia. Moving to the Middle East, where we have the business area in the Middle East has to comprise with JBEM, JBES, and the functional area as well, JBRP, JBAD, JBSA, JBRD, JBLO. We will use the business area for internal reporting purpose. And the functional area and the functional areas, okay, voila. And the functional areas, which will be for production, comprises of production, administration, sales, research and development, and logistics. I hope I tried a little bit. I will.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I will go back to it and then have time tonight to study more.
Yeah.
You know, and then if I restructure this, I will study more and then look at this, print them out, so I'll be able to read them out and study to how to present.
Yeah, you should flip it more, just a bit of it, and then in this functional area, you could give a bit more insight into why we have determined to use this specific functional areas. Logistics, we know because we have to ship. Sales, because we know we have B2B and B2C customers, for example.
Yes.
Research and development, maybe
Mhm.
because we know we need to improve on the product, the goods and the services we provide, our restaurants, things like that. Admin, just give it a bit more reason so that the client is convinced that they actually need to roll it out as well. So it's not the teachers, I mean, the facilitators are the clients, right? So we are convincing them that they need this to be set up for their business. We are pitching basically tomorrow as to why what we are offering them is useful for the rollout. And then they'll pay us cash.
That's the part that makes you happy the most.
Exactly. So yeah.
CC.
So I
This is
will do that because then we captured the outcomes we've captured. So what I think I'm going to do, considering the enterprise structure, which has to do with, do I still talk about the enterprise structure itself, or I forget about it and just focus on talk about this, or explain a little bit about enterprise structure?
No, you don't need to. You
I'll just
just
explain our
just
diagram and what we have already, because we already assigned everything. Okay.
Exactly.
Oh.
Because
Okay.
yeah, they don't need theory, they just need
Yeah.
Okay, maybe you can give a bit of introduction. You don't need to say too much about enterprise structure, just the reason why they need an enterprise structure, because that's the setup maybe in SAP. You get, and then it needs to be able to capture transactions properly, and also use those transactions or the data gotten from the transactions for reporting purposes. And because of that, we have created Jumbo NV EMEA to be the company, and then it will have to capture the credit limits of customers. For example, we have the credit control area.
And we have that credit for the 3 region.
Yes, capture credit limits in each of the regions. So we have that. And then you change the arrow as well if you can. And we have determined that we'll have business areas for each of the regions, and also additionally exports, which is a critical part of you can say, your business. Since we are pitching in this space. And then you say, we'll think that you will also need the following functional areas. And the reasons are: for production, you need it to get, your goods out. Admin, you need to capture all the various parts of your operational activities. Sales, etc. Just, add a bit more.
A little
I
more
know this
spice to
thing
it.
by default, but I'm just,
No,
trying to
you're
apply,
right.
Yeah, so
But see,
just give it a storyline
can
that's
you
convincing.
scroll down? I still have, okay, because you're talking, the arrow we are talking about with the credit control area. So, but the credit control area links, you see? So
Let me just remove this arrow now. Because this is actually what should be there. Manage my straight line. And then this part should actually be an arrow. So this is how it should be. But you can make it look neater.
Yes, so it gets down to, okay.
Arrow is not showing properly. Take out this one. This one. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so Rachel, you're
Conclusion.
good? All good with your presentation?
Yes, I think I'll be fine.
Yeah, okay,
I'll
great.
I'll read about it as well tomorrow morning, then prepare for it.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you.
Yep.
So don't worry. I think we are making some good progress.
So you are starting,
Yes, I will start.
then Pastor Funke,
Yep.
then Pastor Biora, then myself,
Yes,
then who is concluding?
you
No,
just wrap it up.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
you
and
just
then you
end
can
where
say,
we.
yeah, you can conclude and just say that we will cover, other modules in the next workshop.
Mhm.
I should have done I should have just disappeared like Sister Edith and still be in this group
Just at the end of the day,
and still be a part of this group.
your work will still be waiting for you.
I hear you, but at least I
You
will have
not do
escaped.
it alone.
I will have escaped. But the only disadvantage or the major disadvantage is what I've learned. I wouldn't have learned it at all. I
That's
will
the
have been
point.
I will have
That's
been
what
so
I'm
lost.
trying to say. Exactly. So learning
I will
it
have been
together
so lost.
actually helps, to
I'm
bounce.
going to
We'll create our own jumbo company
Ah.
with all the details there, and then do our own project end to end. And then it will even make much more sense because we'll find, some things that come up and then we're like, what's this new page? Oh, what can we fill in there? How does it apply to, the regular business? I'm sure we'll be all right. Don't worry. Just let's make an effort soon. Because me, I don't want my
Okay.
money to waste.
Ah, you shouldn't.
Okay.
So, yeah, I just want to really get it. If they are claiming that the SAP earns money, let's have that one in another hand.
Yes, sir.
There's someone says,
We'll have it.
la la la
We'll
la.
have it.
You move on. So,
We'll
All
have it.
right. So
yeah. So yeah, I think everyone is clear about what they need to do. Pastor Funke, if you are not clear, you can also reach out to me tomorrow, whatever.
yes, yeah, definitely. Trust me, you know
I'll
that
try
me,
to
I will
find
not
time within work, to just speak. If
trust me that one, me, I will not slack. Oh, I will just tell you and say this. You
So,
will receive enough.
director,
You will receive many voice notes
if you
tomorrow.
don't
Don't worry.
understand, you can equally reach out to me.
yes, assistant
Gary,
master.
thank you.
That's the spirit, assistant scrum master.
Thank you. God
Why are you
bless.
laughing?
Oh my
See the
God.
way I'm even say they should reach out to me as if I'm the SAP expert.
So yes, it's good. It's encouraging when you say that, It's good. It's two good heads that are better, not just two heads that are better than one. So
Okay.
like that.
Well,
Here we have
okay.
APAR, AABA, and a few other things that are pretty standard,
Okay,
from what
so
I've seen.
can you go back to the PowerPoint?
Yes.
So you will share it up until where? Where
Until
Sister Rachel
the
will now
tonight.
say we will.
So she will just stop here. Then we'll
Okay,
continue
then.
with our work. She doesn't need to, she will just wrap it up here. I mean,
Okay.
here in global settings rather.
Mhm.
And then in the next presentation, we will present GL and AP, or
Maybe you should create
and
maybe you should create an empty slide so that you don't mistakenly after this one. Do you
yeah.
understand? Yeah. So that
Yeah.
even if you mistakenly go to the next slide, it won't show anything.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Sorry, I'm really sorry. This one is for what again? The empty slide.
No, just so that we don't mistakenly move into GL.
General ledger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm,
Why don't you just put thank you in the
Thank you. Yeah, I was thinking about that one.
Yeah.
Let me see where I can.
Right now, they should be clapping for us.
Let's just do it.
Let's finish. So
Let's finish the
let's
work.
yes, then
I'm already looking at Sister Pastor Tosin's face, smiling at a few corrections.
Please don't forget the codes, Pastor Vera, please don't forget the T codes when you're talking about the company too,
I don't really have to talk about codes now.
You will, no, you don't need it.
Doesn't have
I don't need to talk about it. It's you the guys that are going into it.
Yes,
deeper.
it's Pastor Vera and Rachel.
Yeah.
Please remember the T codes.
I'm just talking about the things. Actually, my work is the simplest. Though it's long, but it's simple.
Yes, exactly. Now that's the spirit. I believe
Because
in
we
you.
already did. I'm practically just reading what we have done, but not just reading, just putting in some adjectives and some words and some.
Exactly, you blow the grammar.
I hear you. Oh my
Honestly,
goodness,
we can
God is
do
my
it.
grace.
Yes. Okay, so we really can do it. I think we've done a bulk of it. We just keep moving it with that pace, and then we'll get there. So we already have defined it. So by the time we go into the system, we already know, oh, we are creating this, pam, 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 fitting in the puzzles. This is like putting the puzzles together, which, yeah, we are making progress.
You got it.
Smile now, smile.
You got it.
we've been smiling.
We'll be all right. Yeah. Okay. So let's call it a day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Good night.
Please share if there are any challenges on the WhatsApp group.
Okay.
Yeah. But please be ready for the presentation. Like superb consultants. You know what we are doing.
And
All right. Have a good night.
thank
Good
you
night.
too.
All right. Bye.
Good night. Bye.
Bye bye.